Motion. I call the member for Coogee.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker. I rise in support of the motion moved by the member for Sydney, noting that the harmfulness of reparative therapy, referring to the practice of attempting to cure people of homosexuality. I note the recent change in the position of the Christian organisation Exodus International, which since 1976 has worked with gay Christians to assist them with so-called therapy to cure them of their sexual orientation, including here in Australia. Exodus International recently renounced their position that homosexuality can be cured. The fact is that today, and for many decades prior, and despite a lack of social acceptance for homosexuality in years past, all major mental health associations agree that homosexuality is not a disease. In May this year, the Pan American Health Organisation released a statement saying that reparative or conversion therapies, and I quote, represent a serious threat to the health and well-being of affected people. It is the official position of the Royal Australian and New Zealand College of Psychiatrists that homosexuality is not an illness, and any therapy which purports to change someone's sexual orientation is simply erroneous. Furthermore, no peer-reviewed study has found that these conversion therapies work. In fact, the Exodus International President, Alan Chambers, who identifies as ex-gay and is married with 2 children, has revealed that he continues to have what he refers to as same-sex desires. Exodus International's repudiation of its aims and agenda is encouraging. However, movements still do exist which promote the practice of reparative therapy and claim to cure homosexuality rather than to encourage and promote social and self-acceptance. It appears that after decades of attempting to convert gay people to heterosexuality, Exodus International has realised that this is not possible. Instead of encouraging homosexual people to accept and embrace who they are and feel comfortable in their own communities, there exists the underlying belief in some groups that homosexuality is wrong, which is an inherently dangerous view to espouse, particularly for the younger generation of LGBTI people. The problem is the view of conversion therapy proponents and anti-homosexual organisations that disassociate homosexuality from romantic love and love of family. They take the view that homosexuality is a choice, which is exclusively associated just with sex or sexual desire. For a young man or young woman coming to terms with their sexuality, the promotion of this kind of belief is what fuels the stigma in society about homosexuality and marginalises young homosexual people. Any attempts at intervention that contributes further to the marginalisation of homosexual people also has the great potential to undermine existing public health responses and it will create barriers to much needed health services. Now, the love that I share for my partner of 22 years, Paul Weston, is no different from the love between any man or any woman. Homosexual relationships, like heterosexual relationships, are based more than on simple desires. We share a loving, committed and supporting relationship. I thank the member for Sydney for bringing this important motion before the House, reaffirming that New South Wales should not stand for those fringe views of fringe groups who contribute to the marginalisation of LGBTI people in our community.